Well, the Lakers overtime game had me thinking as I watched Dillon Brooks really just get into it with LeBron leading up to this series with Memphis. Why do you poke the bear? Why do you, as a player, Dillon Brooks, not in the same category as LeBron, why do you poke a bear? Especially at this time in the playoffs, because watching the overtime game the other night, I called Rich, I said, this is men and boys. I mean, LeBron got angry, and it made me start thinking about top 5 guys you don't want to poke when you're heading into the playoffs. Mike?
I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
Definitely not a bear on cocaine like that bear, I'm just
amazing.
saying. Just like that bear, I'm just saying maybe a little found the bag. But here are my top 5 bears not to poke.
Already got it.
Look, I am my age. I'm a 50-year-old, so I'm going to say right away, you don't poke Michael Jordan, right? I mean, how many players learn their lesson? Learn their lesson about not poking. And I think of like maybe Reggie yapping. I think of like Starks yapping. I think of, I don't know, a couple other players just like, don't poke Michael Jordan, right? Let's follow that up with, and we're going to go backwards. This is like the Hebrew edition, so we're going to go from right to left. Larry Bird. I mean, don't you hear in the back of your head, any of us who are from New England, like when Magic Johnson would say, well, Larry Bird, you don't poke Larry Bird, because when you poke Larry Bird, he gets angry, he turns red, and he'll crush your soul. Don't you think that's fair? Yep. I think that's really fair. I'm going to put Shaq and Kobe in together because anybody who's ever watched this show knows like that was the years. Those were the years I spent with the Lakers. I had a front row seat to watch those two get angry. The triangle was not just a method of moving the ball around the court for continuous motion. It was Phil using things he would proverbially poke the bear on a regular basis. Phil Jackson loved to poke the bear with Shaq and Kobe. It didn't matter if you were on their team or not on their team. Don't poke those two. Now, I had a tough time with Hakeem and LeBron. In which order do you put them? I'm going to give LeBron this one and put him above Hakeem. But Dillon Brooks just learned firsthand what happens when you get into LeBron's craw a little too much. You can't talk a big game, and I get it. He wanted to get in between the king and the hoop. Guess what didn't happen? Getting in between the king and the hoop. Not a good move. And then I, of course, close it out with Hakeem because he's the dream. And don't poke an angry bear. Chris Brock.
All right, Suzy, love what you did there. You went hoops. I'm going NFL.
Okay.
Go current NFL. Because if we go all time, it's just Tom Brady 1 through 5, and that was not a fun list. But I'm doing current
like that
NFL.
list, Chris.
Don't poke the Bears. I love the literal bear, Nick Bosa. Did you see what Nick Bosa said to Arizona, or what Steve Keim said? Said, hey, I know you're going to draft Kyler Murray, and I'm going to destroy your team after that decision. I love that move. DK Metcalf, TJ, the guy looks like a literal bear. Do not make him mad under any circumstances. Number 3, Micah Parsons. That's don't poke the lion right there. That dude is a beast. Derrick Henry? Are you kidding me? And number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Don't ever talk trash to Patrick Mahomes.
Never.
He won the Super Bowl on one leg. Guy's the man. I love him. I love Patrick Mahomes. TJ, that's my list.
All right, bet. Well, with me, I do. My lists go all over the place. So these are my top 5 right here. In no particular order, but let's put them up here. Diana Taurasi, WNBA. She's someone on the basketball court who is legendary for her trash talk. She once told a referee when she didn't like a call, I'll see you in the lobby. Everyone in the WNBA knows you don't want to get Taurasi riled up. I saw her in a game last year. I forget who they were playing. She had no points going into the 4th. She started chirping with some girl. Next thing you know, she had 15 by the end of the quarter. She's legendary in her trash talk. If she's having a bad game, just let her go. Don't poke that bear. Steph Curry. No one really pokes Steph Curry, but the thing, Chris, is this. When a dude can routinely pull up from 30 and make it look easy, he's someone you don't want to get riled up if he's having an off game, which he rarely does. But if Steph is off his game, just let him be. Don't poke that bear. Aaron Donald. Do I need to say more? You don't. Remember that clip last year in practice? He took his teammate by the neck and he was choking him doing like line drills. You don't want to mess with him. And Tyson Fury and John Jones, I put them in because these are guys who literally can put hands on you. See, basketball players, football players can't really beat you up. These two can beat you up and put pain on you. That's why those are 2 bears you don't want to poke.
Impressive, TJ. Well done.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.